is a whole nother aisle of glassware and dishes. So that's like just a ton. Coffee table, $9.99. That would be a good DIY project if you needed a coffee table. So here is a new thrift store that I drove to in Aurora, Illinois. And look at it, it is massive. Now I have no idea what their prices are gonna be like here. And it's called Thrift A Dollar. Boy, look at all this silver, you guys. Oh, this is a cute little 4-piece, $49. Okay, look at all the furniture. So let's see what else. So this aisle has more plates and it looks like maybe home decor. There is just so much stuff in here. That would be a pretty fall oil painting if you had the space for it, $135. Not sure if it's a real painting or if it's a print. It's up on the wall, but that is a pretty picture. It's huge. So let's wander down this aisle. Okay, there's a cute little end table, night table, bed table, French Provincial, $32. Okay, look at these armoires. There's 2 of them, $175 each. And they have the wire and then material. I am finding their prices are pretty high here, and that could be why they have so much stuff. I do notice when I go thrifting, if a store is packed, it usually means they're priced too high. Okay, now that's not bad for a secretary though. $125. Look how gorgeous that is for $125. But I wanted to get some new lamps for the bedroom refresh, and their lamps are about the price of what they are if I go buy them brand new, so that's not a deal. But maybe I'll come across some that are a better deal. Now this is pretty. Look at that, huge. $225. Huge china hutch. Oh my gosh, it's like a sea of grandfather clocks over there. Okay, so let's go down this aisle. Look at all the lamps. Can you see all the lamps? The thing is I want a pair and beautiful china hutches. Look at that china hutch. It's got the little French Provincial type feet on it. $195. But like this one right here, a little lamp with a shade, $24. And I have looked at like Walmart and Hobby Lobby and those type of places, and on sale, that's about what they run. So we'll keep looking and see if we see anything. So this whole aisle has pianos. Okay, I am looking for a headboard, but I don't know how you would ever find anything in here. Look how they have this all packed in like this. I seen that pretty French Provincial leg back there in the very back, but I mean, you'd have to dig to get to it. And I don't know, they don't have anything in sizes. So it's just kind of like a jumble. Look at the beautiful wardrobe. I can't get to it though with all this stuff. Okay, and this is like all their knickknacks. Look at this, guys. Tons and tons of. Okay, and here is a whole nother aisle of glassware and dishes. So we're on to our next stop, which was a charity resale shop. The first place I headed was to the furniture area, and they had all kinds of furniture, lamps, pictures. Now I always like to check out pictures to see if there are frames that I could repurpose or art that I could repurpose. On this day, all of their pictures were $4.99, and then they were having 25% off the entire store. So I found a beautiful fall picture. And then I did see this little wicker chair here is cute, $39. And this is called Hope's Chest. And here's a cute little wicker chair for $29.99. And I see lots of lamps, but they're all individual. I don't see a set, so we'll keep looking. Wow, look at that, guys. If you had the right place for it, pretty ornate. Coffee table, $9.99. That would be a good DIY project if you needed a coffee table. Okay, here's some of those plastic mirrors I was telling you about that you can find everywhere. $2.99, guys. So you spray paint those there's 3 of them, any color you want, and you can hang them out on your fence or out somewhere on the side of a shed, in your garden. Okay, the flowers need a refresh, but that's a cute container. And then look at this one back here, guys. That's kind of pretty too. $4.99. So I always look for pretty vases. Here's a crystal one for $4.99. And then here's a cute little yellow one with 3. It's also, so $4.99 must be the magic price. And then we've got a big $5.99, regular $23.99. Somebody paid for it. That would be nice for other things besides just plants. You could use it. Look at these cute little canisters if you needed to store stuff. $4.99, little sheep and a little rooster. Okay, and they've got a pretty $3.99 for this wreath, and it's got a base in it already for like a candle. But for $3.99, you couldn't even buy all the berries and stuff new. And then I found this great big nice red metal Christmas, $3.99, and I'm thinking for a gift container that would be pretty to use to put a gift in. Okay, and I think we'll go ahead and get that too. For $3.99, I'm going to tear it apart and use it outside and probably in the window boxes to fill in. So we're going into this next, and it supposedly has lots of furniture, so let's go check it out. I walk in and the first thing I see is already a mirror that I really like, that great big oval mirror. Okay, look at all the chandeliers. Now that mirror that I seen when I first walked in, this may be a little bit more pricey, more like an antique shop. It was $195, so we'll have to see. I like all the white pictures. Okay, I like this oil painting. It's 17 by 21, it says. $65, but they have signs up everywhere that say 15% off for fall. But I think that's a pretty painting. And here's one. I like this frame, but I like the picture too. $128 for that oil painting. Bunch of old books. Oh, and those are like the bookends. And here's a cute bird cage. $28. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So there's also clothes in here. So this is vendors. Each one of these is different vendors. So look at those chairs with that table. Oh, that's a pretty picture for fall. So different price points, 200, 225, 110. And then lots of clothes and more gorgeous, tons of gorgeous chandeliers. So their booths are fixed up very cute. Very chippy chairs. 135. It looks like they've been freshly recaned in the back. Look at that pretty mirror back there. So I like these. I think these would be really pretty on an end table. They're pretty heavy too. Look at all the lights. Wow. This place has a lot of unique stuff. Not cheap, but very unique stuff. And I've never seen so many oil paintings in one place, and chandeliers. Okay, so I'm still in the Antique Warehouse 55 store, but at the top, this is a florist, and they do workshops. So classes like for Thanksgiving and Christmas. She said they'll do like different, you know, create your own wreaths and stuff. So that's super cute. Neat idea. I love those chandeliers. Nice statue there. Okay, so that was Warehouse 55 in Aurora, Illinois. Very cool. Okay, so I found this lamp. I think this is cute, but I wouldn't use it for the bedroom. But it's $3.99. We're at Goodwill now. I looked at their other lamps though, and like these crystal ones are $25. I don't think that's a good deal. I saw these. I like these, but I think they're too dark and they're too short. But they're only $3.99 and there's two of them. But I need taller ones for my end tables. More plastic mirrors that you could spray paint any color for outside for 99 cents. So I think I'm gonna have to get that for the garden, guys, for $3.99. They've got a little bit of chipping on them, but I think I can spray paint them. This one's already been rewired. This one has the old cord still. But they're $4.99. So I think I'm gonna get these guys. I think they'll work. I can change the color on them. So I think it'll be a good DIY.